will just go completely quiet when they feel overwhelmed. It's not because they're angry or don't care. It's actually their nervous system's way of hitting the brakes. A self-protection mechanism to prevent a total system overload. It's one of the many weird and wonderful ways our minds work, often without us even realizing it. Today, we're diving deep into some fascinating psychological facts that will make you see yourself and others in a whole new light. Let's start with something we've all experienced. You get 10 compliments and 1 insult, but which one do you remember at the end of the day? The insult, right? That's your brain's negativity bias at work. It's a survival mechanism left over from our ancestors. For them, remembering the location of a dangerous predator was far more important than remembering a beautiful sunset. So, our brains are hardwired to pay more attention to the bad stuff. It's not you being negative. It's your brain trying to keep you safe. And what about when a song gets stuck in your head on a loop? That annoying phenomenon is called an earworm. It happens because your brain gets stuck on an incomplete musical phrase and keeps replaying it, trying to find a resolution. Want a weird trick to stop it? Try chewing some gum. The movement of your jaw can disrupt the mental rehearsal loop and help you break free from the song. Here's one for all the night owls. Do you ever feel like your best ideas strike just as you're about to fall asleep? There's a reason for that. When you're tired, your brain's focus and filtering mechanisms relax. This allows for more random, creative connections to be made. Your tired brain is actually more open to new out-of-the-box ideas. So, maybe keep a notebook by your bed. Now, let's talk about attraction. Have you ever noticed that couples often look a bit alike? It's not just your imagination. This is a real phenomenon called assortative mating. We are unconsciously more drawn to people who share similar characteristics, including facial features. It's like our brains are looking for a familiar safe bet. And what about the placebo effect? We often think of it as just all in your head, but it's so much more powerful than that. Believing a treatment will work can trigger real, measurable physiological changes in your body, like the release of pain-relieving endorphins. Your mind's belief can literally change your body's chemistry. Want to make a good impression? Try subtly mimicking the other person's body language. If they lean in, you lean in. This is called the chameleon effect. By mirroring someone's posture and gestures, you create a sense of rapport, and they're more likely to feel a connection with you without even knowing why. Think about your all-time favorite song. Why do you love it so much? Chances are, it's because you strongly associate it with an intense emotional event from your past. Our brains forge powerful links between music and memory. So that song isn't just a collection of notes. It's a time machine back to a powerful moment in your life. Have you ever met someone who is not very skilled at something, but is incredibly confident about their abilities? That's the Dunning-Kruger effect in action. It's a cognitive bias where people with low ability at a task tend to overestimate their competence. On the flip side, experts often underestimate their own abilities, assuming tasks are easy for everyone. If you feel like your mind is constantly wandering, you're not alone. The average person's mind wanders about 30% of the time. And while it can be distracting, it's not always a bad thing. This mental downtime can actually lead to creative breakthroughs and help you solve problems when you're not actively focusing on them. Ever felt like a fraud? Like, you're just faking it and one day everyone will find out you're not as competent as they think? That feeling has a name. Imposter syndrome. And it's incredibly common, especially among high achievers. It's that nagging doubt despite all the evidence of your success. If you feel this way, know that you are definitely not alone. Here's a great one for coffee lovers. Just the smell of coffee can be enough to reduce stress. A study found that simply inhaling the aroma of coffee beans can alter the activity of certain genes in the brain, helping to counteract the effects of sleep deprivation and stress. So, take a deep breath before you take that first sip. Do you ever feel like you have too many friends to keep up with? There's a limit to our social capacity. This is known as Dunbar's number. The theory suggests that you can only maintain a stable social relationship with about 150 people. This number includes everyone from your close family to casual acquaintances. Beyond that, our brains just can't keep track. Want someone to like you? Ask them for a small favor. This sounds counterintuitive, but it's called the Benjamin Franklin effect. When someone does something nice for you, their brain justifies the action by thinking, I must like this person if I'm helping them. It's a strange but effective way to build rapport. Do you hate leaving tasks unfinished? That feeling of unease has a name. The Zeigarnik effect. Your brain has a built-in craving for completion. Unfinished tasks stay active in your memory, nagging you until you complete them. That's why cliffhangers in TV shows are so effective. Your brain needs to know what happens next. Ever wonder why deep conversations always seem to happen late at night? It's because people tend to be more honest when they're physically tired. When your brain is fatigued, its ability to manage self-control and deception is lowered, making it more likely for confessions and heartfelt truths to come out. Have you noticed you don't remember things like phone numbers anymore? That's the Google effect. It's our tendency to forget information that we know can be easily found online. Our brain essentially outsources the memory storage to the internet, freeing up mental space for other things. Rejection hurts. But did you know your brain processes emotional pain from rejection in the same areas that it processes physical pain? When you get rejected, it can literally feel like a punch to the gut. This shows just how fundamental our need for social connection is. We often assume that other people think just like us. This is the false consensus effect. We tend to overestimate how much others share our beliefs, values, and habits. We project our own worldview onto others, which can sometimes lead to misunderstandings when we find out they see things very differently. Ever been paralyzed by too many choices on a menu? That's the paradox of choice. While we think we want more options, having too many can lead to anxiety and make us less satisfied with our final decision. We're more likely to regret our choice, wondering if we should have picked something else. Yawning isn't just about being tired. One theory suggests that yawning is like a radiator for your brain. It helps to cool down an overheated brain, increasing blood flow and bringing in cooler air. So, a good yawn might actually be helping you think more clearly. Try this experiment. Hold a warm cup of coffee while you're talking to someone. Studies show that holding a warm drink can make you perceive others as having a warmer, friendlier personality. The physical sensation of warmth can influence your social judgments.